大家好, welcome back to 成长汉语, Growing Up with Chinese. Our series goal is to help all of you learn some very useful and basic Chinese. Now today we'll be going over the second part of the clip we saw last time. So it will be part review, part new phrases. Now do you all remember your dining vocabulary? Did you practice your chopsticks ability? 你们会用筷子了吗? Can you all use chopsticks now? I certainly hope so. Anyway, chopsticks ability isn't that necessary for speaking Chinese, so don't worry about it. Let's check out today's clip.
麦克，你会用筷子吗？
我不太会用。
没关系，麦克，这是刀叉。
哎，麦克，你们家有几口人？
我们家有5口人，奶奶、爸爸妈妈、姐姐和我。孝明，你有姐姐吗？
我没有姐姐。
那你有妹妹吗？
也没有，我家只有一个孩子。妈妈，
阿姨，
我们洗碗吧。
好啊。
好吧。
All right, everyone. Knowing that we've already covered bits and pieces of the vocabulary and some of today's phrases, I'm thinking that you all understood that everyone was talking about family while they were eating dinner. Let's check out now exactly what was said. 你们家有几口人? How many people are in your family? 家 can mean family or home, but taken in the context of this sentence, Xiaoming's dad is clearly asking about Mike's family. 几口人 is how many people. So, 你们家有几口人 asks the question, how many people are in your family? Now, the format of Mike's response is taken from the question. 我们家有5口人. There are 5 people in our family.
哎，麦克，你们家有几口人？
我们家有5口人，奶奶、爸爸妈妈、姐姐和我。
你有姐姐吗? Do you have an older sister? 你有 is you have. 姐姐 is the word for specifically older sister. And ma turns the sentence into a question. 你有姐姐吗? Do you have an older sister?
孝明，你有姐姐吗？
我没有姐姐。
我家只有一个孩子. My family only has one child. 只有 means only has or only have. You can pair 只 with any verb that works with only, like 只吃, only eats, 只要, only want, or only wants, 只知道, to only know. 一个 is one, 个 being a measure word that we will talk about in just a bit. 孩子 means child. So, 我家只有一个孩子 is my family only has one child.
孝明，你有姐姐吗？
我没有姐姐。
那你有妹妹吗？
也没有，我家只有一个孩子。
And there you have it. Now the clip should make a whole lot more sense to all of you. Let's watch it again.
麦克，你会用筷子吗？
我不太会用。
没关系，麦克，这是刀叉。
哎，麦克，你们家有几口人？
我们家有5口人，奶奶、爸爸妈妈、姐姐和我。孝明，你有姐姐吗？
我没有姐姐，
那你有妹妹吗？
也没有，我家只有一个孩子。妈妈，
阿姨，
我们洗碗吧。
好啊。
好吧。
Okay, everyone, let's check out what we have lined up for today's vocabulary. As usual, we're first going to go over our specific vocabulary words for this show. 家 home, family. 家 口 mouth. In this context, it's a measure word for number of people. 口 个 the most common measure word in Chinese. 个 may, not have, or be without. 没 奶奶 grandmother. 奶奶 姐姐 older sister. 姐姐妹妹 younger sister. 妹妹有 have 有 Our radical for today is a beautiful one, if I do say so myself. We're taking it from 奶奶, 姐姐, and 妹妹, and it's called the 女字旁. Let's take a look. 女 That's the character for woman or female. It's quite similar to the bamboo radical we talked about last show. Many of the characters that have a 女字旁 either relate directly to women or else they have some kind of female element, like 奶奶 or 姐姐 or 妹妹. Also, mama, which is the word for mother. Let me write that one for you. This is the character for mother. Ma, mama. Now they're all female, and appropriately all have the female radical. Now, an example of a character that doesn't relate directly to women, but has some kind of female element is 娃娃, which means baby, be it a boy or a girl. So that is the 女字旁 or female radical. The show before last, we discussed the importance of titles and title usage in China. Now today, we're going to talk about how titles are used when referring specifically to your family members. In English, we have basic titles for family members: mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, grandmother, and grandfather, right? I think that pretty much covers it. You can get into second cousin, third cousin, second cousin once removed, great-great aunt, and things like that, but I think for the most part, we don't really go there. In Chinese, the list of vocabulary for family members is at least 5 times as long as in English. But it's also a lot clearer. For example, if someone says grandmother in English, you're never sure if the person is referring to her father's mother or her mother's mother. In Chinese, your father's mother is 奶奶, and your mother's mother is 外婆 or 姥姥. Now, similarly, your father's father is 爷爷, and your mother's father is 外公. Let's look at the mother's side. Your mother's sister is 姨. Her younger sister is 小姨, and her older sister is 大姨. Your mother's brother is 舅舅. Your mother's younger brother is 小舅. Older brother would be 大舅. Let's look at your father's side now. Your father's sister is 姑姑. His younger sister is 小姑, and his older sister is 大姑. Your father's younger brother is 叔叔, and your father's older brother is 大伯. Now, some of you may be thinking, whoa, that's really complicated. And in some ways, yes, it is very complicated. My head still gets scrambled concerning all the different titles for family members, and I've been living in China for over 20 years. Titles are always a lot of fun to think about and ponder on, but for now, let's put them aside and get into some of today's language points. 你们家有几口人? Now, we know now that 口 means mouth, and personally, I think it is a great measure word for people, because everyone has a mouth, right? And mouths are important because we use them to eat. So when talking about a number of people, or 人, specifically with regards to a family, the measure word you want to use is 口 or mouth. 我家有4口人. There are 4 people in my family.
麦克，你家有几口人？
我家
我知道，他家有5口人。
对，奶奶、爸爸、妈妈、姐姐和我。兰兰，你家有几口人？
我家只有3口人。
有 we've touched on previously. It means to have. Its antonym or opposite, as in not have or don't have, is 没有. 我没有哥哥弟弟，只有姐姐。I don't have any older or younger brothers, just an older sister.
兰兰，你明天有钢琴课吗？
没有啊。
太好了，咱们去打篮球吧。
兰兰，你有英文名字吗？
有，我的英文名字叫 Jenny。
哦， Jenny， 我喜欢这个名字。
Now, I'm sure you've all caught on by now, but just to highlight it, whenever a number comes before a noun in Chinese, you need a measure word. In English, we can say 3 people. In Chinese, you have to say 3 plus a measure word plus people. And as we've all seen, different things require different kinds of measure words. Xiaoming said today, 我们家只有一个孩子。一个孩子, one child. So 个 is the measure word used here for child. And yes, 个 can also be used for people, just like 口. 3个人, 3 people. Now there is one number that changes when it comes before a measure word, and that is the number 2. On its own, 2 is 2, right? Well, if we want to say 2 people, for example, it's 2个人.
兰兰，咱们班有多少个学生啊？
有40个，23个男生，17个女生。小明，你今天吃了几个苹果了
5个。
你吃了5个苹果？
对啊，我减肥。
All right, everyone, it's time to wrap up for the day. We covered some pretty important words and structures today, so don't worry if everything is swimming around in your head. Let it settle. You can always visit our website if you need a refresher, and we'll certainly be seeing more measure words and various uses of everything we covered in future shows. And if we don't, please write us. 好吗? Okay, all right. 加油, 加油, 加油. See you all again soon. 再见.